Hey guys, this is Harsh from Swing Commander 2. This is me and my friend Hester, which is from my clan Forgotten Memory, and we are on a 2v2 game on this 3v3 map, Corvina Chasm, or something like that. Anyways, our enemies are UK Soldier number 1, and yeah, I'd rather not pronounce that. So anyways, in this game I utilized the bomb bouncer technique, which proved most fatal to the enemy. So without further ado, I introduce you this game. Now, if you may not know this by now, I am like a total Cybern freak. Like, my profile picture is Cybern. I always play a Cybern, no other race. It's kind of obsessed, but I like it, so it's a good race. So I prefer to go with research in the beginning of the game because if you think about it long-term wise, if you have mass conversion in the beginning of the game, then your economy will have a much better kickstart and will have a much stronger mass amount in the later parts of the game, in which you will be creating experimental units and you will need a lot of mass, which cannot be extracted from purely extractors. So I'm not making any defenses or anything because I wasn't really that careful this game, and my friend is creating fighters because he knows that at some point he's gonna send some kind of rush. Now, Soldier has one factory out so far, and this guy has a land factory out, and he's creating tanks. I have like no idea why, because this is like a 90% air game. So Hester decides to build a base here, like a mini base, with turrets and mass extractors for a slight boost to his economy. As you'll see later on, he's actually going to build like 4 turrets here. Yep, 4 turrets. So this one I have 7 research stations almost. Now this guy is just like the worst scouter ever because he's trying to bomb instead of trying to scout, but these planes just kill him in like 2 seconds. So I'm pretty much spamming research stations and energy generators. Now at some point from here, pretty close, I'm going to create the proto-brain complex, which combined with all these research stations gives me like a research point every 2 seconds. Now this is a fatal mistake. Never send your ACU up front without any sort of defenses, because he can get destroyed at any point. But you can build defenses, that's true, but like 3 units, that's not impressive at all. So the guy is still trying to spam land units, and he's starting to get worked on air, and Black is just pumping out air. Those are hyper-low things. So here's a proto-brain complex. It's almost built. It has a detachable proto-brain on the top, which you can like launch at your enemy to harass them, because in like 20 seconds after being destroyed, it replaces itself here for free. So my friend is like taking advantage of all the mass extractors I didn't make, and yeah, my enemy is just they're just pumping out units. Now at this point I'm building the air gantry, which was originally made for the Soul Ripper experimental gunship too, but I decided it's better to use giant transport because if the enemy knows that this air only match, then he will most likely focus on air turrets, so a land-based attack would be much more effective. So here I am building a giant transport which can store 2 minor experimentals, 1 major, or 75 normals. It's pretty good. So my engineers are making like a slight wall here with shields and turrets for defensive purposes because I still have like no idea what he's going to throw at us. It appears they're both going for land. So anyways, here's my land gantry. In the beginning of the game, I decided it was better to make megaliths because they have a longer range, but I did something extremely stupid, and then it just turned out to be a waste, so I changed to the bomb bouncer. So green has something going on 3 of the platforms, or yeah, on the segment of it, or anything of the sort. So my first megalith has been deployed, and it's about to board my giant transport. So my wall is almost up. It's not anything new or impressive, but I guess the job done. So anyways, I send it out. Now this giant transport has just an incredible speed. I think it's the fastest unit in the entire game, probably. Now I did something extremely stupid here because I didn't bother to drop off my experimental megaliths, so my giant transport came running back here without dropping them off, and when it got destroyed, it just lost the megaliths with it. So that was just a huge waste of my mass.